In Substance Painter, go to File, New, select the PBR Metallic Roughness from Templates, and you have different templates. If you're going to Unity and Unreal, Unity, or other places, you can find a template under here. Open your file, and this is the FBX file that was just exported. Select your document resolution. I'm going to leave it at 1024 by 1024. Everything else is unchecked here. And now go directly down to OK to import the model. Let's go over some navigation basics. Option key and left mouse button to orbit. Option key middle mouse button to pan. Option key right mouse button to zoom in and zoom out. And to change the direction of the light on this object, Shift and the right mouse button and drag left and right. And this changes how light hits the object. Excellent. The next step is to go under Texture Set Settings. From here, scroll on down and click on within Mesh Maps, Bake Mesh Maps. From this menu, output size, I'm going to match the 1024 that I selected earlier on. This is the next very important step. Make sure to check this box. This is very important to check when you don't have a higher resolution mesh that you would load in here to project downward onto this object to bake the details onto this lower resolution mesh. So check that box, click the Bake Selected Textures button, and then wait a little while. When it's done baking, click OK. Now that it's done baking, if you don't see your texture set list, right-click anywhere in this bar. The side menu will pop up. From there, I'll select Texture Set List. You can dock this interface anywhere where you want. I'm going to leave it floating for now. This Texture Set List is based upon the shaders and the names given the shaders within your 3D application. If I turn on and off this one, that's the vent eye area here. Here's the whole tank, on and off. What this is good for, besides inspecting your parts one at a time, when it's time to paint, you'll select which area you want to paint from this list, and then you will build up your paint layers here. Let's get started with doing this. Within the shelf, I'm going to Materials. I'm going to assign this plastic gloss to the whole tank. So I'm clicking it and I'm dropping it on there. Then I'm going to go Smart Materials, and I'm going to assign, let's see, something fun. This steel right to the tank. I know I'm overlaying them, that's okay. I'll reorder this layer stack and then I'll erase some of this red to see through the blue, or vice versa. Let me just keep on assigning. Select this layer and press the trash can to remove selected layer. Let's see what I have. So I have these two. When I was assigning materials before, I wanted to play with the idea that either on top, and I'll just drag this one on top, is this nice shiny blue, and underneath it is this layer primer, and this top is chipping away and showing through to this layer. You use mask within Substance Painter to show through to other layers. This is a fill layer. I'm going to add a mask layer, and I'm going to add a black mask, and that shows through to everything. If it was a white mask, changing the mask to white, then everything is hidden below. I'm going to switch it back to a black mask. Go to your brushes, off on this left side of the shelf. Select a brush, and I'm going to select, maybe this brush is fine. For demo, let me select a hard brush to start out with so you can see what's happening. Now I'll just brush on the surface. So when I paint, we're brushing away an area within this mask to reveal this layer, which looks like we're revealing the undercoat. That will preserve this layer. If I want to undo some of this blue that I painted, or undo some of this mask, press the X key, and that will paint in the opposite color. So that will erase. Now the brush I selected isn't that fun. There's so many other fun brushes here. Let me pick another brush, and I'll just brush across the surface. That's an interesting brush. Here are the regular brushes. I'm going to go down to particle brushes, and you'll find these a lot more fun. I'm going to pick up the electric line brush, and when you click and drag, you're getting these scrape marks. To increase the size of the brush, you can press the left or right bracket on the keyboard, and that increases and decreases. Pick up another brush and try it out. That one seems fun. Continue to have fun building up layers using mask and then carving away at the layers beneath it. When it's time to export this, go under File, Export Textures. From this output template, if you scroll on up, you'll find Arnold AI Standard. So just use the scroll to go on up. You can also see that you can output for Unity, Unreal. Pick the template that matches your project's workflow. Arnold AI Standard. I'm going to click here to pick a folder to save everything to, and that's going to be my Maya folder. I'll click Select Folder, and the last step is to click Export. All 72 textures have been built, and now have some fun wiring this up in whatever the next application is, whether it's going back to Maya or Blender or going to Unity or Unreal.